Well, hello internets. Here we are. We have ourselves a start, well, to another vlog, start to another day, and well, a day it'll be. And yeah, welcome to our vlog. So here we go. Well, of course, it's been a while since I touched the camera once again. Enjoying my spring breakaway from everything. Like I mentioned earlier, the whole point of the breakaway was to take a breather from everything and focus on things that needed to be focused on. And, well, it seems to be going fairly okay. Like I've mentioned over the years, things have been put off and neglected and not dealt with. And after a while, they need to be looked at and dealt with and all that good stuff. Well, one of the things I've been doing the last little while is listing things for sale to sell. And I don't remember now if I sold much or anything in 2017, but I know 2016 I sold some, and 2015 I sold some, and nothing's changed, you know. Years later, people are still doing the no-shows and the is this still for sale, and I'll trade you a wore-out goat for it or whatever, and same hassles, just different year. Nice to know nothing's changed on that aspect of things. And just thinning down on some garbage, things that I've hung on to for far too long, and whether it's been bought for a project that I didn't do, or bought for something that I didn't use and never returned it to the store, or be surprised what a guy hangs on to for no apparent reason. You know, junk, things that must have been of value to him at one time, and years later you look back going, there was no value there. It's just garden variety, store variety stuff that you could pick up, you know, again, right? So why not just return it and then buy it again at a later date? Some of the items I bought were for YouTube videos, and whether things have gone a different route or not, I've changed some of my thinking in certain aspects, and may or may not be in the future, right? Well, I ended up having a nice little fire the other night, and the first fire of the year. I don't remember if I had very many fires in 2017, maybe one or two, but it was kind of nice to light her up. It was a good little fire, kind of quiet, kind of relaxing. Neighbors were quite tolerant of my shenanigans, didn't call the fire department on me or nothing, so we can call that a win-win. Well, they are calling for rain to come. However, that being said, they've been calling for rain now for the last 2 days now. Supposed to hit peak tomorrow, and then a light day after that, but they were also saying it was supposed to rain yesterday and then today at 3 o'clock in the morning, and we had nothing. And it was saying it was supposed to start raining once again at like 7:20 a.m. So we'll see in another 15 minutes if it starts to rain. It is overcast. Should be a little bit more brighter right now out than what it is, so we might end up with some showers, but a nice good heavy soaker rain is what we need, washing all the dirt away and alleviating some of the fire risk in the area. For some odd reason, we don't get a lot of fire bans here, but around us we do. And there's already been grass fires in the area, and a lot of the other areas have fire bans going on right now too. So A nice good old heavy rain will do good all over the place. But pretty much, guys, of course, just trying to keep on keeping on, and one day at a time. Gonna go make me a coffee and get the day going and rolling, and we'll catch you all then. Little bit of a afternoon update. Well, of course, had a good drive in the country. Needed to go and clear my head. Needed to get away, if you want to say, and just go. You know, I can't really say what's all going on, but there's a lot of stuff going on, and I just needed to get away to clear my head. Trying to get things going and rolling is an uphill battle. It's not easy dealing with things, dealing with government organizations, dealing with paperwork upon paperwork upon paperwork upon proving who you are. I've been me for 40 years. Why do I need to prove that I am me? But I understand why, I guess, because they don't know who I am. To them, I'm just some guy that wandered in off the street. I could have found, you know, a wallet, and I'm trying to milk the system for, you know, all it's worth, right? So they need me to prove everything, and hopefully I can get things going and rolling. Well, as for my little drive in the country, it wasn't really anything spectacular or major. I just drove. Some of the areas I drove on were the areas that I used to drive years ago with my old rusty truck, and kind of getting out in the country, seeing the sights is sort of a nice way to clear your mind, a nice way to get things well, squared away and back to where they need to be. You know, my life is still, but was very chaotic, very mixed up, and I don't know why exactly or how I let it to get that way. You know, I know the death of my father put a huge crimp in my life, but at the same time it was already going downhill, if you want to say, before then, with all the medical stuff going on as well, and with doctor's appointments and specialist appointments and stuff coming up, and there'll be a few trips to the city that I have no idea where it's going to come from, but it'll be what it is. They had talked about an overnight trip or stay in the city, so I'm not quite sure the logistics behind that, but I don't believe I have any family left there, up there, that I could stay overnight in, but I suppose I could crash in the truck in a parking lot somewhere. I don't really want to pull the trailer up there, because the place that I go, the hospital that I go to, is very, very tight for parking, so you wouldn't get the trailer in there, so I don't know what to do there. Well, I don't know exactly when this here vlog will be going up. But I am planning out a May-long road trip with the truck and trailer. I think it's only 600-700 kilometers, the loop I want to go, and I start out from here, Lloydminster, and I go to a town called Fabian. There's a trestle bridge there. And then from Fabian I go to Camrose and stay in a parking lot in Camrose. And then from Camrose I go to, I think it's Riley, and there's a couple of little town type places around there. Then I end up in Mundare, and I believe it's St. Paul, Bonnyville, and spend the night there, and then Cold Lake, and then come home the next day. It's you know, bit of a road trip, bit of a way to test how the truck is going to pull the trailer, and see how things are gonna go. It might only be the only way I get a vacation this year is to do little short hops like that, and kind of just, well, go for it, right? Got to get this video edited and up to the YouTubes here probably in the next 5 or 6 days, so it's ready for the, well, go live date. I'm gonna try to get it up so it's still current for the long weekend, but at the same time, you know, trying to adhere as best I can to my own preset unplugging, detoxing, if you want to say. I've had some time in the last couple of weeks to spend some time thinking, and the internet, the cable TV, was really consuming a large portion of my life. Between editing and uploading, between, you know, all that stuff that comes with the YouTube channels, and then watching PVR shows or live shows like the news and stuff like that. A little bit of a commentary here. I don't know if you guys will share the same point of view. Maybe it's just me having enough of everything at this point in my life anyways. You ever noticed when there's a tragedy, the news seems to focus on that tragedy like, well, like it's the top story? And yes, you know, it is important. Yes, it is newsworthy, but every 15 minutes, you know, I swear, when something happens, it's like constant, you know, tragedy this, tragedy that, people this, people that. You know, I understand people got hurt or got died, or died, or, you know, got killed, whatever the situation may or may not have been, but at the same time, yeah, you know, it's almost like they are trying to desensitize us to death and tragedy and stuff by repeating the same story or same whatever over and over and over and over again, and it's a little odd. Maybe it's just me, you know. I've noticed that over and over again over throughout the years, and I got to the point where I only watched the first 15-20 minutes of the news, you know, hit the weather kind of a thing, and then that's it for the news, because it just gets to be repetitive. And not to mention a news program that happens to span 3-4 hours. You know, they seem to do updates on the hour, you know, every hour kind of a thing. What are your thoughts there? Leave your opinions down below. But pretty much, guys, gonna go in for a bit, see what's the what. Soon it'll be supper time, score some supper. Then, well, around we go. So we'll catch you all then. Well, hello internets. Here we are. We come to the end of another day. It was a good day. It was a day of progress. No real big step forward, but just a tiny one. Got some paperwork, got some stuff filled out, got all that good stuff going and rolling. But get Andrew all here. Tomorrow's a brand new day, and around we go. Gonna try to get this vlog uploaded, and as always, thanks for watching Maxwell's Vlogs. Comment, subscribe, and enjoy.